Thanks for checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. So let's talk about Dynamite here. Dynamite, good show for 2 hours, and then it just got too long, like usual. So yes, Lashley and Ricochet was like almost a squash. Lashley killed him in like 2 minutes. There was like 5-minute match, 3 minutes was talking, and then he killed him in a 2-minute match. And so at this point, either, I don't think Lashley's winning the national title because I don't think he's going to like GCW to defend it. But I do think that they're probably setting him up for a world title shot against Hangman. Probably coming up pretty soon. He's just too dominant. Then we had Joe and Shibata promo for later. Young Bucks interview where Don Callis is telling him, go out and be great tonight, and then we will tell the world that you are joining the Don Callis family. They do not like this idea.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
They're very quiet. Then we have the Young Bucks and Alexander versus Top Flight and Scorpio Sky. So Bucks and Alexander. Alexander's in the Don Callis family, and they're having issues the entire match. Alexander, he's stealing hot tags. He stole the finish from them after they hit their move. Bucks worked as total babyfaces in this match. And then Don tries to get them to join the family, and they won't give an answer. And finally, he threatens them. He basically says, I don't want what happened to Kenny Omega to happen to you guys. And so Kenny's music hits. He runs down, and he's killing Josh Alexander. So the Bucks, they don't attack Kenny, but they just kind of pull him off. Kenny starts yelling at him, and this allows Alexander to chop block him, put him in the ankle lock, and the Bucks end up, they're all conflicted, and Don tells them, hit him with that BTE trigger. And so they're kind of hesitantly setting him up, and out come Jack Perry and Luchasaurus to make the save. And by the way, Jack had a snow shovel, Luchasaurus had a vacuum cleaner.
What?
Yeah, that's how they ran him off. And then Josh ends up hugging the Bucks outside, who do not hug him back. And so I kind of like, it's one of those stories where, we think we know what's going on with the Bucks, but we don't. We think they don't want to join the Don Callis family. We think that they kind of are feeling sympathy for Kenny Omega, but we don't actually know. And you could really go either way, and it would work out. So they've got a 6-man coming up on Saturday, where we'll find out more of this story. I thought this was a good angle. Very simple. Then we had Shelton and Speedball. We talked about the finish of this match. What we didn't talk about is this MVP, man. Like, he's a great talker, but oh my God, he buried Speedball 6 feet under this entire match. All he did was talk about how much he sucked. It's like, not, hey, this guy is good at Taekwondo. It was just like, Taekwondo black belt's never going to beat an All-American. His armbar sucks. That armbar's never going to work. He's like Gorilla Monsoon. Bryan Danielson, who also trains, he's like, how about that armbar? That one's better. MVP's like, nah. Sucks. So he's just burying him and burying him and burying him and burying him. And Shelton's beating him and beating him and beating him and beating him. And I'm like, okay, I guess Speedball's getting a win. Because Shelton will do a job, He's not... And then Shelton beats him. I was like, wow. Sucks to be Mike Bailey. That poor guy. Buried 6 feet under on commentary and beaten in the middle of the ring. Can't have a worse day than this poor guy had. And they screwed up the finish.
That was one thing Jim Ross was always great at. Because speaking from experience, is like he would always manage to bury me because I was a heel with my personality and putting over how much of a despicable human being I was. But he always got in the positives and gave me credibility. And it's finding
there were
that
no
balance.
positives for Speedball. None.
Well,
Not even he's a handsome young man. He was just buried. Commentary. To the point where the other commentators are trying to find some way. They're like begging MVP to say one nice thing about this guy, and he just buries him. Then the guy loses. Are you one of those youngsters today who listens to Spotify? I don't even know what it is. But I do know this. All of our podcasts are available at Spotify. You can head up right now and sign up. The easiest way to do so, f4wonline.com/Spotify. And for just $9.99 per month, you can listen to 84 podcasts on any given month. 84! 2 to 3 podcasts every single day covering pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And if you think about $9.99 per month, that's just pennies per day. So check it out today on Spotify. That's f4wonline.com/Spotify. f4wonline.com/Spotify.